Hello. So I'm going to try to explain to you guys about applying at Best Buy in the interview. I'm going to try to keep it in order. We're going to try to start off with the actual application, whether you do it online or if you go into store and ask for it. We're going to do with the wait of how long it's going to take for them to call you. We're going to talk about your actual interview, the actual interview process. And then after that, we're going to talk about what happens after your interview, whether you have a part one or a part two. So let's go. Some helpful information would to be, don't stress yourself if you don't get a call within the first week of you applying. Like last week I applied on Sunday, and I honestly thought I was not going to get any more calls from any of the jobs that I applied to. Because I applied to Victoria's Secret. I'll do another video for that. I just actually got back from the Victoria's Secret interview, and I have a second interview on Saturday. So I'll post a video after Saturday explaining to you the first step in that interview process and the second step, and if I got the job or not. Hopefully I get it, because I want to work 2 jobs this winter. Okay, so the first thing you would have to do is actually apply. You can apply 2 different ways. You can apply online or you can apply in the store. My personal favorite is to apply online, for the simple fact is though you can actually see what jobs are available. You can see the qualifications for the job, which is better than going into the store and getting the paper and you're not really sure what jobs they have available, and you can sit there and fill out the paper for a sales associate position and they're not hiring for sales associates, or you can fill out for the computer tech position and you're not actually qualified to do that. So when applying, I feel as though if you want to apply in person, you can do that, but I feel as though you should probably check online for the open listings of what they have. Please, if you are going to apply in the store, dress the part. You don't have to dress as if you're going to an interview with your suit and tie and your skirt or dress, but I just feel as though you need to have yourself well kept. You need to be groomed. You don't need to have on sweats and a pullover hoodie with some raggedy Uggs. You can have on regular jeans. They just need to be clean jeans with some nice sneakers, and an appropriate top. Have an appropriate hairstyle. Just overall be appropriate when you approach them to both receive an application and to give them back the application. Second is waiting for the actual call. After I applied last week and I got a call a week later. I got the call on Wednesday, I believe. And when he called me, he asked me a couple questions over the phone. He asked me about my job history. So I let him know, this is not my first time working at Best Buy. Best Buy was my first job. I worked there for 2 years. After that, I worked for Staples for a couple months. Then I worked for Providence Hospital for a year. And then after that, I guess he liked me, so he asked me if I can come in the same day. He apologized for it being short notice, and I told him, yes, of course I can come in. I went in, and that's when we had my interview process. A quick hits up. If you don't get a call back, don't be worried. I feel as though you should always call them. Don't generally call them the next day. Give them a 3 to 4 grace period day before you up and call them, because they do have to have time to check out other applications. Okay. The interview process. For interviewing, it's a little bit hard. I always feel a little bit nervous when I'm interviewing, no matter where it is, especially since I already worked for Best Buy before. I don't know. It was just a little bit, maybe nervous. I was shaking and everything. But besides the point, the question that they asked me, if I can remember most of them, he tried to trick me with questions because I told him that I worked at Best Buy. And I applied to different Best Buys this year. And I went to one interview already, and someone else had called me, but I just didn't, ever call them back because I didn't feel as though I needed to. I already got offered this one Best Buy position. So, some of the questions he asked me was, why did you choose Best Buy? What do you think would happen if, what do you think should happen if someone is to steal? What is some challenges you have overcome? And when answering these questions, you do not have to use work-related resources. I've used school-based things for some of the questions, but since I worked at Best Buy, I kind of basically use a lot of Best Buy scenarios for most of my questions. But I feel as though when you answer these questions, don't lie, but enhance your stuff just a little bit. So if they ask you a question that says something like, when was the time that you had to work with someone who wasn't easy to work with? Me, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did skip the truth a little bit. I hopped over the truth just a tad bit. And I mean, what can I say? Hey, I got the job, so it can't be that bad. Okay, so after your interview, and if they actually tell you, hey, come back for a second interview, then that means you have another try at, basically either answering some more questions or proving yourself to the company. Me, after my first interview with Best Buy Mobile, they just let me know, hey, we are going to give you this job. This is how much you're going to make. I'm going to tell you guys how much I make because I don't really care. Then you're going to give me $10. Only reason I'm getting such a low amount is for the simple fact that working at Best Buy for 2 years, I never actually touched a mobile phone. I never went to mobile section. I always did either customer service, Geek Squad, front lanes, home theater, or home computers and tablets. I never worked at Best Buy Mobile because I wasn't old enough at the time. I was only 16 or 17, and you have to be at least 18 to work for Best Buy Mobile. So just keep that in mind. So if you don't get a second interview, that does not necessarily mean, if you don't get a second interview on the spot, that does not necessarily mean they won't call you back. If they let you know that, if they say this, quote unquote, if we are looking for you, or if we, find that we're interested in you, we will give you a call. I think, personally, you should give them a call 3 or 4 days after your first interview. If they automatically give you a second interview, then you're in there. If they just let you know on the spot like they did to me, hey, you have the job, this is how much you'll make, this is what happened. So now I'm going to tell you what happens after you pass all your interviews. They generally give you a email. They're going to send you an email. Inside of that email is going to contain everything you need in order for you to do your background check and your drug test. With the drug test, this is for any job, I believe, in Maryland, that you have to take the drug test within 2 days of you getting the email. So I got the email the same night. I took the drug test the next day. The background check was done online. So after I put in my information from the email, my background was done. And then I got an email with the list of drug places. I got a list of drug places I could go. They all were LabCorp, I believe, so I was the one that was closest to me. I went early in the morning. I got that out of the way, so now I'm just waiting for the managers to call me back. Seasonal positions. Okay, this is the position that I applied for. This was also the position that I applied for my first Best Buy job. I applied for seasonal. With seasonal positions, that just means that you're working either during the Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, and Valentine's time seasons put together. And after that, that does not actually mean that you're going to be let go. While you're working, if you prove yourself to your manager, like if you do good in your numbers, if you sell branded payments, if you get protection plans, if you do all of them things and you prove yourself, then they will keep you. What the manager let me know is if his budget will not allow me to stay, then he won't just kick me to the curb. He will help me find somewhere else, whether it be Best Buy or a company inside of the mall. I am working at a Best Buy Mobile inside of a mall, so I'm pretty sure he has connections in there somewhere of some sort, or he'll just send me to a Best Buy closer to my home. So if you have a full-time job, then you still have to apply yourself. Don't just think, oh, I got a full-time job, there's no time, I'm not leaving no time soon. If you have a part-time job, it's the same thing. You still need to apply yourself, because the only thing they have to do is just fire you because your numbers are bad. And you don't want that, because the discounts there are amazing. Now, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You can leave questions down, or you can message me about anything you want to know. I will also post a Victoria's Secret video for you guys. If you want to know anything specific about Victoria's Secret or Best Buy, you can leave those down below for me, and I will answer them in the upcoming video, or I'll answer them just typing them in your questions. So thank you guys for watching.
It tastes like candy.